With a stated interest of acquiring the next generation of combat aircraft for the Republic of Singapore Air Force, or RSAF, by 2030, the Southeast Asian island state of Singapore is widely expected by analysts and defense watchers to be a eventual customer for Lockheed Martin's 5th generation F-35 Lightning II Joint Strike Fighter, or JSF. The country officially entered the JSF program as a security cooperation participant in 2004, although it has yet to announce its decision. But sources and defense watchers tell IHS Jane that they believe a Singapore F-35 buy is a matter of when, not if, and that a decision could be announced within the next few years. With around 60 Lockheed Martin F-16CD platforms in service as the RSAF's mainstay combat aircraft, Singapore's next-generation fighter program could be the largest in its history should the country decide to replace its F-16 fleet, which first entered service in the 1990s, with the F-35. We had the opportunity to travel with a select group of Singapore-based media to the United States to get a first-hand look at the F-35 production line, as well as speak to the US military about its experience with operating the aircraft. The 1.6-kilometer F-35 production line is located at Lockheed Martin's facility in Fort Worth, Texas, and features some of the most advanced manufacturing equipment and assembly techniques on the market. We speak to Chief Test Pilot Alan Norman, who tells us why the F-35 is suitable for Singapore's requirements.
With the proliferation of new and advanced threats across the globe, the only way to counter and defeat those threats is through fifth-generation technology. So fifth-generation technology is the combination of stealth, sensor fusion, and network-centric operations where we can share information and use that information amongst all airplanes. When we do that, we have the ability to operate and be more survivable and lethal than any previous fourth-generation airplane, even if that fourth-generation airplane is given just one of those attributes. It's all three together that really make the quantum leap in difference and capability. The F-35 has the ability to go long distances, to spend lots of time in the battle space, to gather lots and lots, a tremendous amount of information, to share that information, and to operate in areas where there might be some denied access. So in an area like the Asia-Pacific area, to be able to go out over the ocean, to utilize the systems to fly over the ocean, to gather information over the ocean, and to be to utilize its systems to be safe and lethal when necessary are tremendous advantage for the F-35. Not only that, but the way we've designed the F-35 is to make it very easy for the pilot to fly. So in a sense, when a pilot's flying at night over the ocean, using the systems like our distributed aperture system to tell up from down, and different systems on the airplane to help the pilot fly, it becomes a very safe airplane to operate even in environments like pitch black time over the ocean.
It was reported in July that Lockheed Martin and the US Department of Defense JSF Joint Program Office are now entering into the final stages of the System Development and Demonstration, or SDD phase, with certification expected to be completed in 2017. SDD testing for the rest of 2016 will focus on weapons integration. Software is also being developed, with final touches to the Block 3F package now being undertaken at Edwards Air Force Base in California and Naval Air Station Patuxent-River in Maryland. Block 3F needs to be delivered to the US Air Force before the service will declare Initial Operating Capability, or IOC, for its F-35As between August and December this year, and to the US Navy for it to declare IOC for its F-35 platforms in 2018. The final phase of SDD will see structural testing come to a conclusion. All three aircraft variants are being tested to 16,000 flight hours, or the equivalent of 2 service lives. Testing of the A model is already complete, while the B and C models will be completed by the end of 2016. This will then clear the way for production to ramp up to its planned peak of between 170 to 180 aircraft per year by 2023. While the technical challenges of the F-35 development have been well documented, Lockheed Martin executives told IHS Jane that the company is confident that it will address reported issues on time and meet the expectations of the US and international operators. We also traveled to Marine Corps Air Station Beaufort in South Carolina, where we had the opportunity to observe the short takeoff and vertical landing F-35B in action. We speak to Marine Fighter Attack Training Squadron 501 for their perspectives on the aircraft.
And I can speak to the Harrier because that's what I've flown before. And in the Harrier, I spent a lot of time just actively flying the airplane. And it was a fairly large percentage of the time. So on the tactical side, as I was looking at all of my different displays, from my radar displays to my air-to-surface displays to different types of warnings, and even aircraft health, all of those displays, I'm looking at those and I am making a picture in my mind of what the tactical space looks like. In this jet, not only is it easier to fly, so I spend less time actively flying the airplane, it also gives me a picture that takes all of those sensors and it puts it on a common picture on one display, on a single display that shows me what the priority threats are, the priority targets are, and you know, it's a common picture that's very simple to understand. So I, as the pilot, don't have to spend a lot of time making sense of my different displays in my head. I can just look down, and it's very easy to understand and very easy to make a tactical decision. So I overlay that on top of the fact that I don't have to actively fly as much, and it allows me to make better decisions, I believe, for a tactical scenario.
Singapore's Defence Minister Ng Heng has also voiced his increasing confidence in the JSF program on the sidelines of his visit to Luke Air Force Base in December 2015, although he has repeatedly emphasized that the country is in no hurry to procure the aircraft. The JSF program is poised to achieve a number of key milestones, and a window of opportunity is now open to secure local maintenance and logistics support for the global F-35 fleet. Taken together, these developments may lead Singapore to make a decision on the aircraft in the next few years. Considering that Singapore's military acquisition processes, implemented through its Defence Science and Technology Agency, are rightly recognized to be among the most rigorous in the Asia-Pacific, if not the world, a firm order from Singapore will be widely seen as a vote of confidence in the success of the program from a key US regional partner.